Hi Ilana, this video is for John Thompson's Easiest Piano Chords Part 2 book, page 37, The Banjo Picker, your new homework for the week and the new song. And it's the second one from the very end, so it's starting to get a little bit longer. This is another 16 measure long song, and then the next one after that is also that too. This is I've explained on the instruction sheet that this, and I also, I think I talked about it during the Zoom lesson too, that it uses the pentatonic scale. The notes that are used in making the whole entire song are F, G, A, C, D, F. And it's a very, how do you say? It's almost like, I have a feeling it's one of the oldest scales in music making. They are used in a lot of kids songs, like this one actually uses only 4. And then the next one I can think of is same set of notes as the banjo picker. It's just using the top half, and so it's kind of circling around the F. Oh yes, and of course this banjo picker, as you can see, it starts on F and it ends on F. So it's actually not a C major song anymore. This is a C major chord, but this banjo picker, the actual key that it's in is. And if you sort of, look at the accompaniment part, you see that there is a flat sign next to the B that the accompaniment plays. Actually, the accompaniment is not really an accompaniment in the usual sense because it plays at a higher, pitch than your melody line. So it's an F major song. It starts with an F and then ends with an F. So, okay, I will play it once through. It's quite a catchy tune, and it's also as I wrote in the instruction sheet, the first 8 measures are almost identical to the second 8 measures. So 1 through 8 is almost identical to the measure 9 through 16. So let's listen for that. Let's see if you can tell where the second part begins. Okay, here we go. So that's a whole song. I'm pretty sure you know this. The part, the beginning of both phrases. This, it's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes compose the F major scale. Okay, so I played it a little too fast. I would like ask you to play a lot slower. Because this part, the ending, like for instance, the last 2 measures or the first 2 measures of line 2, which actually are the last 2 measures of the first phrase, where you have to play the left hand fingers 3, 4, and 5 mostly. That's a little bit tricky, so you don't want to start the song too fast. If you have a metronome, I would recommend to not play faster than 100. I think 100 is... Yeah, so 100 will be plenty fast. So I will play the first 8 measures. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That's the end of the first phrase. And then the end of the first phrase was... And then, after that, the same thing begins, and then the last 2 measures are different, and this is the ending of the whole song. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I just played the these 2 measures and these 2 measures. Okay, all right, so that's the banjo picker. I'm pretty sure you'll do just fine. Just make sure you get, have your hands ready and you know which fingers you're using, and you'll be fine. Okay, so let's move on to the Summertime Polka. This is a fun song to learn the different articulation. I think you might, I wrote on the instruction to take a look at your music and notice where the staccatos are. There's a little bit in the first half and then a lot in the second half. It's one of those songs which has the first theme, and then the second theme, which is a contrasting theme, and then you come back to the first theme. So it's got that A, B, A kind of a shape to it. Okay, so this one is a different hand position than all of the Easiest Piano Course book. Easiest Piano Course, you always had both thumb at the middle C. This Summertime Polka, left hand thumb stays at middle C, right hand thumb goes to the D. And the first half is in the key of C major, so it's not going to sound really strange, but your right hand might feel strange because when you're playing a G, for instance, you're not using your pinky anymore, it's a finger 4. So the tune goes like this. That's the first half. And because polka is a like a country regional dance of Eastern Europe, any dance form, just like if I wonder if you learned ballet or any kind of a folk dance or even like country western dance here in America. I think there's a lot of footwork, and you want how to say, if it's flat, it sounds more like a song, like something you would sing. When you give it these kind of articulations, like hop, hop, step, or hop, hop, like stomp, or, just pause. Articulation often, it gives it it strengthens or emphasizes a rhythm, and it gives it a more dance-like quality. So that's why you want to make sure that you get the staccatos in, and where there's that curved line, you make it smooth. It's like you connect all the notes. So I'll play one more time from the first 2 lines until it says fine, which you read fine. It means the end in Italian. It doesn't end there, actually. The song goes to the bottom line and then comes back to the beginning. It says da capo al fine, and you go back to the beginning. Da capo means back to the beginning. And then, you end at fine. So you play up to there, and you go back to here, and there you go. I think, oh yes, of course, I mean, your Little Flower Girl of Paris had the same structure. So here we go. Okay, the first half. the measure 7, so left hand is playing, that's measure 7 and 8, and right hand joins at beat 3, 2, 3. So when the left hand is playing middle finger at A, right hand joins with the middle finger at F. Okay, I'm just playing the last 2 measures of the second line, measure 7 and 8. Okay, so this week, that's all I want you to practice. The second half, you start having, a completely different articulation, which means staccato and not staccato things. And you also have the F major appearing. So we will just stay with the first half. Yeah, so to get ahead of the, looking ahead, the second theme from measure 9 to measure 16, that one is, because there's an F sharp, you already know, wait a second, it's not the same key. It's in the key of G major. It is a dominant key of the C major C major key. And so it gives it a completely different feel. And then you come back to the C major and you end with the C major. So it's the middle section is contrasting in many ways, both articulation and the key. So yeah, that's it. So enjoy your summertime polka, and we will continue on next week with the second half of the song, second half of the middle section of the song. Okay, all right, bye.